Hey guys, Ryan Steinelson here. It's 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to be talking about everything that I usually do here on this Tuesday call about AI and everything that has to do with artificial intelligence. Specifically, we like to talk a lot about voice AI and automating the local service ads campaign type, which is the way that probably 50% of businesses in the US are generating most of their leads outside of the Google Business Profile campaign, which is a lot of people know it as organic local optimization is Google Business Profile. But anyway, who am I? Why should you listen to me? My name is Ryan. I am the founder of a 7-figure digital marketing agency. We've had thousands of business clients across the world, around the world over the past 20 years. And we've helped businesses double, triple their revenue with very well. I'm the founder of a digital marketing agency. I also am the developer of software called Convertly and also DIY or LSA Command, which LSA Command helps optimize the Google Local Service Ads platform that I was telling you about, and Convertly is the voice AI agent that I've developed, or that I've developed over the past 2 years. Let me know what questions you have. Put them in the comments below wherever you're watching this video. You can also go to our website at diyai.ai. You can also go to our school community. That's skool.com/DIYAI. And you can also text us or call us at 561-861-3238. The way this goes is typically it's a workshop, and I give people preferential treatment that actually join on the call to talk to me live. I really like to have that workshop type format where I answer questions live in the call, and or during the call in the comments, I'll answer any questions that you have, or in the recording, I will go back and submit or respond to all questions that you have after the fact as well. So, wherever these comments are posted, whether it's on Google Business whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, etc., I will answer your questions. So today's topic, I did post, and it really is about. There's 3 topics. Number 1 is the rise of the agentic agent, which is conversational AI agents. They're not just conversational AI agents. They're agents that get things done. You've probably heard of things like Claude Code or Claude Cowork, and you've probably heard of things like OpenClaw. So those are examples of agents that you can give a goal to, and it will actually go. And if you give it access to the right tools, if you give it MCP access, which is just basically a language that these conversational AI agents use, or these agents use, if you give it the right language, the right MCP access, and you give it the right access to the tools that it needs, it will go and it'll do whatever it needs to do to achieve the goals that you've given it. So if you don't have a conversational AI agent, it really, you could be putting yourself behind the 8 ball eventually. Maybe not right now, but every hour you spend doing repetitive manual workflows in your business, answering the same internal questions or managing pipeline tasks by hand, it's stealing your leverage. The business owners that are scaling to multi 7 figures right now aren't working harder. They're building automated conversational AI architecture that works for them 24/7, 365 without asking for anything other than just, what do you want to do next? In today's live breakdown, which I don't know how long we'll be on, but I'm going to show you exactly how to structure and deploy your own AI workforce so that you can buy back your time and strictly focus on closing deals. You can even have the AI agent give you, one of the things that people start with typically with these agents is just to give you a brief, a heartbeat, so to speak, which is a heartbeat is to go and check, like a heartbeat is to do something every, like a heartbeat, like on a more regular basis. It's more frequent than daily. And that could be something like checking your emails. or you can even have it respond to your emails with the intention of a certain goal. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can set up a morning briefing. So you can have the AI agent give you a briefing with the weather included, or for me, like I get a surf report or a wind report. I also get an update on any emails that need to be responded to. I also get information about what else? Anything that's been updated to the system over the last, overnight. And the other thing that you can do is you can have the agent actually do a automated lead generation process for you. That's what I do. So I have the agent create a website for businesses or business owners, and it goes and scrapes information from the internet, and it gives it puts that information on the website so that the website is custom. So we follow a specific format for the website that we want to send to these business owners that don't have business websites. Like, let's say mechanics, if I was targeting mechanics or maybe body shop companies that are not running local service ads, for example, I could create a website for them. And a decent number of those businesses don't have good websites, or they don't have websites at all. So you could offer a website, say, here's the website that we can give you for free, and just give that as a foot in the door strategy to basically give something for nothing in order to start the trust. So once they get that and you converse with them about, or communicate with them about how to optimize it, then you can help them. If you've helped them get a website and that website is helping them get more clients, then obviously they're going to go to you for other things. They're going to ask you for other types of help, or what other help you can give them. So that's the whole strategy. And we have, so I've built a system where we've created a templatized website that we created, or that we model these other websites after, based on 9 or 10 of the top rated websites in that vertical. So we'll say, hey, go and find the top 10 websites in your vertical, pull them down, and look at them and see what they all have in common. See what characteristics those websites all have in common. What we then do is, okay, we look at those things that are in common, and we put those in a website that, or a templated website that we're going to give to these other business owners. Then what we do is we scrape the information that we can scrape, like the reviews, the social media handles, the phone number, the address, the FAQs, the logo, anything that we can scrape. What we do is we take that information and we inject that into the website that is a really good looking website. We use the same hero section with the same background image, like a mechanic. That's a really beautiful mechanic, image. In the background, we create a focused hero section. And we typically take the copy from all 10 of those very, very top notch companies. And then we inject all that information in there that's custom to each one of these businesses. We scrape the information using Apify, using the same, open claw agent that we've developed. And then we go out there, or then what we do is we put those emails, or we create an email. We have the agent create an email that's going to go outbound to all these business owners. And we actually separate the two. We create two different lists. One for businesses that don't have a website at all, and we've identified that, and one that for businesses that have a website, but we can improve it. Because obviously the copy is going to be it's going to be a little bit different. So we want that. It's all in the specificity. We've got to make sure that the email is as specific as we can possibly make it to that person. The more specific we make it, and the more valuable we make it, where we're giving away a website, the more likelihood we have that they will actually contact us. So we have a warmed up email. We purchase it from a company called Intently. And then what we do is we just have the emails go out. We send the email out with the link to that email or the website that we've created. And then we do follow-up emails, because that first email is we got to do follow-up emails. So that's really it. So that's our process for prospecting. And it really does work well because we're giving something away of value, of huge value. I mean, these websites are worth like at least $2,000 to $3,000 if you had to go buy it right now. It's fully customized. All we got to do is just give it to the business owner, like assign it to a domain name. That's it. That's all we got to do. And then maybe customize a little bit more of it. And I'm happy to go through that process with them because they're going to be communicating with me. The more I communicate with them, the more trust there is, and the more likely it is that they're going to ask me to do something else. So that's our lead generation process. And so there is the OpenClaw architecture. So that is it's a proactive AI agent. We've created one using anti-gravity as the outside shell, if you will, that controls the OpenClaw. So anti-gravity is the IDE, or integrated developer interface. Integrated developer, I forget what environment. Sorry. Integrated developer environment, IDE. So there's many different IDEs. The reason why I like anti-gravity is because it's got access to all of my files on my computer. So it literally is an app that I actually download from Google and it lives on my hard drive. So that's I like that because it's got native access to all my files on my computer. So it lives there. Now I can get access to it remotely if I want to. And the great thing about having anti-gravity create the interface for OpenClaw, hence the name Gravity Claw, is that what we do then is we defang, if you will, a little bit of some of the challenges that come with OpenClaw architecture, because OpenClaw can run amok sometimes if you give it all the information that some people are giving it. It can do things that are pretty nefarious, like that can really potentially mess up your life. There's stories of OpenClaw going rogue, or not going rogue, but just going and trying to achieve a result and going and taking money and from your bank or from from Stripe, and buying things that you didn't approve of, etc. So there's so this is why I really wanted to have OpenClaw contained in a environment that I have much more control over. And that way also, when OpenClaw breaks, like it did today, I communicate with OpenClaw. Max is my agent. That's his name. And Max has got his own he's got his own email. So just like you would onboard a employee, you want to onboard your agent just like you would onboard an employee. You give them an email, you do all the things, you create SOPs for them, all the things that you would do for an employee, you do for that for that agent that you've created, whatever its name is or her name is. And so that's what we've done, is we've created a safe environment using anti-gravity as the mechanism for managing OpenClaw. So I hope that makes sense. And that way, again, if OpenClaw breaks, I can easily go to anti-gravity and say, look, OpenClaw is not communicating with me through Telegram. Please find out what happened. Instead of me going into OpenClaw and trying to fix something or look for it, I can go right to anti-gravity and have anti-gravity fix it. So conversational voice AI systems, that was my second topic. You guys have heard a lot about that. Obviously, having a voice AI or at least a message AI system to respond to message leads and to voice leads, so that you can so that you can convert more leads by answering the phone, so that that person doesn't go down to the next business. That's all that really, you can do. If you can do that, then you can really separate yourself from everybody else. So I hope that makes sense. Automated LSA processing. So before I go to that, you want to also, for example, if you're using a voice AI agent or an AI agent to communicate to people in your that are leads for your business or clients for your business via message or anything else, you want to make sure, I would make sure that you're using a voice agent that is created with that whatever strategy it is, whatever campaign type it is that you're using. For example, local service ads. If you're using local service ads messaging does not behave like normal messaging. You've got to build an agent to respond to LSA messages you got to build it a certain way, because if you don't, the agent's not going to respond to all the messages. We found that out the hard way when we first created our our agent. And so if you're responding to, for example, messages from local service ads, you've got to do it the right way. You've got to set up an agent that knows how to respond to messages on that particular platform. Okay? Because if you don't, your agent might not respond to all the messages. And we found that out, like I said, early on. So I hope that makes sense. We got a few people that are live watching. Thanks for joining. Again, if you want to go to our website, you can go to DIYai.ai. If you want to go to our school community and join for free, it's skool.com/DIYai. And you can also text us or call us at 561-861-3238. Thanks for joining. We do this every Tuesday, and I also have a workshop tomorrow at 2:00 as well. Thanks. See you next week.